Jay Wright, he talked a lot leading up to the game about how much they were able to take from your meeting last year and just use that moving forward. Is that, I know you want to win, but is that maybe the value in a game like that this time of year, the things you take from it?
I think so. I mean, it's what you do. That was a hard-fought game, a terrific setting, and of course you're going against a talented team that made some plays down the stretch. So again, it's not a conference game, so it doesn't affect you in your conference standings. But can you grow from that? When you're in some tough settings, can you learn from it and grow from it? And that's the design of it, or that's the intent of it. And I guess we'll find out. But you can't be destroyed because you didn't get it, nor could you have been overjoyed or overwhelmed because if you had won it. So it's just we grow from it and take the good stuff because there's a lot to be encouraged about in it. And then there's areas that those little areas you've got to keep fine-tuning and adjusting. And then, you're in a league that every game is just a war like yesterday's. We understand that. So it's a lot of games in a short amount of time here.
You mentioned a little bit after the game yesterday, but Virginia Tech, what kind of matchup problems did they present now coming in here?
Yeah, they're really doing a good job. Coach Williams, Buzz has done a terrific job. Very good players, 4 guards. I was going to say they play unconventional, and I said it on my press conference, but they're playing conventional. I think playing traditional or the 2 forward type is a little more. It seems like it is the new norm, the new normal. But I think that they're really good in transition. They got a 4-man who reminds me in some ways in the open court like Justice Winslow, where he'll get a rebound and he's down the floor. Seth Allen, everybody knows about, but they have a ton of just different guys that can knock down shots, play off the bounce, very competitive. They're mixing up their defenses, and they had a couple games like us where they haven't been quite right, but boy, they've had games where they've looked terrific.
Ty Jerome, he looked really impressive yesterday. I think you said after the Notre Dame game that you had kind of seen this in practice, that he had shown that he was coming on. Just talk to me about what you've seen from him in practice, and has he earned more minutes going forward?
Yeah, he's very competitive. He's against Notre Dame. He made some big plays, and then I've always said his mind or feel for the game is a strength of his. He's got good size. And, again, we've had our young guys step up and give us lifts all the way along the year, whether it's Kyle or Mamadi one game. The last couple games, Ty's really done a good job. And, his ability to pass and handle it and knock down those threes, a good help defender. So, I hope that'll encourage him. And, again, we need them all. Yesterday, again, some guys didn't play as much or didn't play, but a lot of it is determined on matchups. But I like what I've seen. Of course, I have in Ty the last 2 games, and hopeful he'll continue to keep growing.
Sorry, go ahead. Jared and Mamadi, are those like some of those matchup guys you're talking about?
Yeah, Jared didn't play in that game, and Mamadi, and we've used him in stretches, and it's just kind of based on how guys. I look at how guys are practicing, but a lot has to do with who's playing well initially, who the other team has on the floor, what kind of game it is. I would love to have played Jack at the end of the game, but they played Chris Jenkins as a 5. So, there's just certain things you have to take into account.
You said you're worried a little bit about Virginia Tech's transition game.
Yeah.
What's the key for you to get a win on Wednesday, slow them down?
Well, there's so many keys, but it always starts when you play a team that can really go in the open court. One, you have to take care of the ball. We had that stretch yesterday against Villanova where turned the ball over 4 times in about 6 possessions, and that cost us. Otherwise, I thought we were sound and solid in the areas we needed to, but you have to take care of the basketball so they don't get those, we call them live ball turnovers, and break out. And then, again, anytime they get a rebound, they're pushing. So your discipline and willingness to really get back and set your defense. We talk about, I think it's a Sun Tzu quote, is don't take any arrows in the back. Hopefully you can get back, turn and face, and really be ready to go. And that's important for us as one part, as was for Villanova every game. Set your defense, and you got to play from there.
Is it nice to get, it seems like, I know they're all big, but so many of these big ones you've played recently have been on the road. Is it nice to get one of these really big ones at home?
It's always good to play at home. I think, I always tell our guys, you don't know for sure when you're going to be right and the other team might be off, or vice versa. So every game you approach, just get as ready as you can, because they're all important, especially in our league and the way it is and those games. So being at home is great. You got that crowd. You could hear the crowd for Villanova yesterday get roaring, and that's always nice when it's roaring for you, though we did have a nice turnout there for sure of UVA fans. But you want to be as ready as you can, and you want to try with everything you got to protect your home court.